January 29th, 1861, Kansas is admitted to the Union as the 34th state with a constitution prohibiting slavery. January 29th, 1861. January 29th, 1861, the 34th state, Kansas. So even after all that bleeding Kansas shit, Kansas actually went on the right side. Kansas was part of the Union. Isn't that incredible? All I know is a bunch of meth heads from Kansas. A bunch of fucking meth head, white trash, child abusing piles of shit. That's all I've ever met from Kansas. I'm sure there's got to be Dorothy, right? Dorothy was from Kansas. Is that the only good person that ever came out of Kansas? Is Dorothy? January 29th, President James Buchanan signs the bill approving the Constitution. Wow, so this is right before Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln's about to become the president, but James Buchanan is the president for 2 more months because the inauguration was March 4th back then. So about a month prior to Abraham Lincoln becoming president, James Buchanan is going to sign the bill approving Kansas's constitution, which outlawed slavery, and then Kansas became the 34th state after 7 years of political wrangling. Kansas is admitted to the Union as a free state. It's the 34th state to join the United States of America. And that's pretty much it by that. I got a list here because there's several Civil War states. Nevada is literally the battle-born state. Why? Because Nevada came from the Civil War, October 31st, 1864. And then Nevada helped to get Lincoln elected. So Lincoln got Nevada into the nation, and then those 3, electoral college votes got him to be elected October 31st, 1864. That's right before the election. So the battle-born state came from the Civil War. Kansas came from the Civil War. West Virginia is a Civil War state. June 20th, 1863. So again, Abraham Lincoln, fucking genius, saw that there was strong support for the Union in the western part of Virginia, so he just seceded. He went ahead and reseceded. Virginia says, we're out of here, and says, we're going to keep Western Virginia. West Virginia, being a Kentuckian, always had sort of a sibling rivalry with West Virginia. But West Virginia, Kentucky is pretty much the exact same thing. You got a lot of fucking backwards dumbassery, but then you also have a lot of counter currents. You got, a lot of cool shit too. So West Virginia's origins is fucking, bar none, one of the best origins of the state. Nevada, Kansas, fucking A. You all became states when we needed you the most. You became states to the Americas. And then we have a seat. Nebraska is going to get formed 1867, Colorado 1876, North and South Dakota, Montana and Washington 1889, and then Idaho and Wyoming 1890. Now, I don't know which one of those you could say are Civil War states, but South Dakota, it says here 1859 is when South Dakota was established, and it says here Colorado was established in 1858. So Colorado almost became a state, but the damn Confederate fuckers kept on pushing it back. But eventually, so I feel like Colorado should be a Civil War state. And if Colorado's a Civil War state, then Nebraska, 1867, March 1st, that's right around the damn corner. I mean, we're sitting there bringing in Kansas, bringing in Nevada, bringing in West Virginia. We know how to bring states in. Now, if you listen to the right-wing sovereign movement, they don't even read the Constitution. They act like they're for the Constitution, but they don't even read the Constitution correctly. Because the Constitution says that the American government can create new states, especially out of American territory. So it's kind of fucked up that the right-wing sovereign movement is going to pretend to be constitutionalist and then say that they're opposed to statehood, but they didn't even read the Constitution. It's like they're making up their own laws. The right-wing sovereign fucking movement makes up their own fucking laws, and that's supposed to be good enough. Oh, you're making up your separate laws over there? Oh, okay. South Dakota was established 1859. Colorado was established 1858. That's, 2 years, 3 years before the Civil War. So could, South Dakota have experienced the same thing that Colorado did? Essentially, it was on its way to statehood. It's been organized for, 30 years, 20 years, 58, and then 20 years. So thanks a lot, Confederates. You stopped Colorado from being a state for 20 fucking years. If we could have started statehood, out right from the get-go, that'd been nice. But Kansas is admitted as the 34th state, so fucking A. I didn't know Kansas was a Civil War state. That makes me like Kansas more so. So maybe I shouldn't judge an entire state based on a couple of meth head, child abusing, fucking white trash piles of shit. Ugly, dog faced. Just, oh, god damn. It just makes you want to move, to Colorado. You're like, oh my god. I've seen this white trash bullshit already in Kentucky. I didn't want to go to another state and see it again. Just trying to find a place where I can live and get a career, or find a wife, raise a family. How can I get a job when I have no security? Who's the stalker? Who's been stalking me? Who's been stalking me?